Guys, what is going on? It is Sync Gamer here, back with part 2 of my Crystal Palace career mode rebuild. And as you can see, we are now at the end of season 2, effectively where we left off in part 1. So we're just going to end this season, go straight into season 3. I'm going to have a look at the squad, and I'm going to see how much money I've got and sort of see what upgrades I can actually make to the squad, because I really need to start getting into the top 4, top 5 and start, competing in Europe if I even want to stand a chance of winning the Premier League. So as you can see, 8th there, and let's get into season 3. Now here we are in season 3. There are a few players that are leaving on pre-contracts for other clubs just because I didn't want to renew their contract, and I figured I'd rather just take the money back in salary. So any other player that I go in for, I can actually offer them a bit more money. And they're just players I didn't even want to see it. I don't want to sort of have staying at the club. So I'm going to have a look at the squad. And then we'll also go and have a little look at the transfer market as well. So here's how the squad's looking. I think if I want to get into Europe this season, I feel like I'm really going to have to upgrade my left back. And possibly get myself another winger, maybe, and a sort of better midfielder. So effectively an attacker, midfielder, and definitely a left back. Maybe a centre back, maybe as another backup, I'm not too sure. But I'm going to go and have a look at the transfers. I'm going to add a few players to it, and then I will be right back with who I am looking at. So I've actually got a few offers in for a couple of my players. Now, Nketiah is one of them players that I don't want to sell because I think he's actually a really good backup. But if I can get around 21 million for him, I'm going to sell him because I've already got an £81 million budget. So being able to have Crystal Palace with 100 million, that means I can probably bring in 2 or 3 big signings, or at least 1 okay signing and 2 relatively big signings. So I am going to negotiate, and hopefully I can get a little bit more than what they're offering. Unfortunately, Brighton wasn't going to budge on 22 million in terms of what I wanted to give them. They didn't want to give me any more than 15, 16. And I'm not going to be accepting the 15 million either. I just think he's too valuable. At that price. I might consider this price again next season, but he's still 27, got a little bit of growth. He's a good backup for now. Now, there is this offer from Manchester United, right, for 23.5 million for Decore. Now, you might be thinking I should probably just keep him, but there's one centre mid in particular that I really want to try and get, and I can't imagine he's going to be cheap. So I don't want to let Decore go, but if I can get around 31 million for him, 100% I'm going to let him go. So I'm going to negotiate with the Man United and see if they will give me 31 million for Decore. Man United weren't budging on 25 million. They even tried to offer me a 5% sell-on clause. I'm not going to get rid of him for 25 million. He's a great player to have for that price. If his price goes up next season, if I can get him to like an 82, 83 rated player, then great. But as of right now, yeah, I'm going to keep him. Now here we are at some of the transfers that I've actually listed here in my shortlist. And there's a couple of important players that I really want to try and go in for. One of them being Balde, which I just think is going to be too much. I know I probably could afford him, but then I would have no money for anyone else, which is just a really bad move. Fonzie, of course, I've been looking at him as well, but I can't imagine Tottenham are going to sell him for anything cheaper than his market value. I have been looking at Madsen, I think his name is. I do think he could be quite good. I just don't think his ratings are going to be too high. Udugi, I think you spell his name, 60 million. Again, too expensive, and I don't think City are going to want to sell him as it says there. But one of the ones I really wanted to go in for is Thuram. Now, he is going to slot perfectly into the midfield, and I don't care what I've got to pay for him. I really want him. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to try and get a deal through the door. And there we go. Thuram is through the door. 36 million. I'm absolutely buzzing with this. We have Amado going to Bournemouth for a 1-year loan. Now here we are. There are 2 players in particular that I'm actually looking at. And one being Xerxes, because he'll just be a great striker to have. 25, so he'll have plenty of room for growth. And I'm also looking at Brennan Johnson. I love him on Ultimate Team. I really do. And he's only 25, so again, he'll have plenty of room for growth. I am going to make offers for both of these players, and I'm only going to take one. So providing both offers get accepted, I guess I've got a bit of a decision to make. What I've actually decided to do is not go in for Brennan Johnson or Xerxes, only because, lost my trail of thought there. I do really need a left back, and I've got this youngster here that I see playing for Roma. Villarba, I believe his name is. I believe that's how you say it. Either way, only £4 million, and he's actually 74 rated. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to go in with a little offer for this young lad here, because I do think he could be a stud. There we go. Villarba is actually in now. I did go in straight with a £4 million offer, but they came back to me and said they wanted like a 15% sell-on clause. Weren't happening. Don't care if it's an F for bad negotiations. I gave them just over 5 million. I really am not that bothered, because in a few years' time from now, he's going to be upwards of like 80 rated, probably worth around 30-40 million. So I have got no problem paying that 5 million quid. So I actually got an offer from Nottingham Forest for Nketiah. I know I said I wouldn't sell him for like 15-16 million, but they came in with 17 million. I went back at them with 20 million, and they accepted straight away. So I've got no problem taking him, selling him on for 20 million, because that way I can definitely bring in Xerxes or Brennan Johnson. Possibly both, again, depending on the price. But yeah, he's going to sell, hopefully, if the contract gets signed. And then, yeah, I'm going to bring in one of those two players, and we're going to be locked, loaded, and ready to go for this season. I've just had another offer come in for Doucouré, and I've realised I have Kobe Mainoo. So I'm actually going to negotiate here with both Aston Villa and Arsenal for around 30 million. If they accept 30 million, amazing, you can take him. I don't necessarily need too many subs, like backups, because I'm really trying to just make a title charge, well, a European charge anyway. So I'm going to negotiate with both of them, and hopefully, if I do get that kind of money, I am going to make some serious investments into this club. And there we go, Nketiah is now officially out the door for the 20 million to Nottingham Forest, which I did mention before. And Doucouré is also out the door. I did negotiate with Arsenal. They weren't budging, they were just offering a percentage on the selling, which I wasn't interested in at all. Doucouré off to Aston Villa, as they did accept for just over £30 million. And we did actually win the Champions Cup, which means we've got another £4 million in the club as well. So as well as signing Xerxes or Brennan Johnson, we are going to actually make another signing on top of that. So this is going to be an incredible transfer season, and I really do hope that that means we can really get into Europe. Look, I'd take a conference all day long, but I'm really hoping we can somehow get into the bare minimum Europa League with this squad. And there we go, Xerxes in the club. Had to pay just over 60 million, which I've got no problem with at all. He's like 24, 25 years old. The kid is an absolute stud in career mode at this point. He's going to be going straight into the starting 11. There is a chance I might convert my current striker, Mattel, but I'm really not too sure at the moment. Either way, I've got some great coverage for the attacking positions. Now here we have the starting 11, and I am definitely ready to go into Season 3. I just need to make my change here. There we go. So that's the starting 11 now. I am now ready to go straight into Season 3 after winning the Champions Cup. I've got about £20 million left. Can't really buy anyone crazy for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the contracts. I'm going to renew some of them, and we're just going to get straight into Season 3. And we're going to go straight to January and see exactly where we are. So I'll see you there. And here we are in January the 1st. I've actually looked away from the screen while it was simming through, so I didn't see any of the games being played. So let's go straight to see how we are doing in the league. And this is absolutely incredible. We are officially inside the top 4, and there is a strong chance we could be getting Champions League. We just have to keep this up for the remainder of the season, with Man United just behind us. So we are going to sim straight to the end of the season, because I don't have any money to do anything in this window. So yeah, let's go straight to the end of the season, and hopefully we can grab ourselves a Champions League spot. And here we are, the end of May, final game of the season. Let's see where we are. Please, I'm hoping we managed to stay inside of the Euro. Okay. And we have not managed to make it to the Champions League places. I mean, I guess it is progress on the previous seasons. But I was really, really hoping that we would have been able to get Champions League at least. But yeah, let's go finish the last game of the season. Because I mean, in theory, I suppose we could get some sort of European place here if Manchester United lose their next game. We beat Chelsea. But yeah, Man United's next game is against West Ham. We've got Chelsea, so let's go and see what happens with the final game. you never know. Maybe Manchester United will actually lose the game. So let's go and have a look and see if we get some European football. So we do actually beat Chelsea 1-0. Xerxes, big game player, loves it on the 68th. Let's just go and see if Manchester United won their game. Manchester United did win 3-1 against West Ham. So yeah, we're just going to end this season and we are going to go straight into season 4. And I really, really do hope after we make some more big signings, we can get into some sort of European football. Because otherwise, this is probably going to take a very long time. So we've actually got in season 4 a really nice transfer budget of 100 million. That's without selling anyone. So I am going to be looking at my squad. I want to see sort of how they've improved from last season because I didn't actually look at their ratings. So let's go and have a look at the squad now. And hopefully we've got some massive growth. Here we have Tell. He's actually looking incredible. 84 rated, Xerxes 85 rated. So I've got 2 absolute weapons as strikers that can rotate between each other. So both of them are looking absolutely incredible. If we go down here, Trincao, still don't know how to say his name. He's looking absolutely amazing as well. I've still got him in about another 2-3 years, depending on his rating and his price. I may look to actually move him on. Garnacho, this is absolutely amazing, 88 rated. What I might do is stick him on a development plan that will improve his shooting, because his shooting seems just a little bit too low for my liking. So I am going to put him as an inside forward, which will massively improve his shooting. But other than that, Garnacho is looking absolutely incredible. 88 rated. That's absolutely massive. João Felix, again, absolute stud. He's doing really well as well. See how he progresses over the next few years, price-wise. Gomez, he's doing really well as a backup. I know he's 26, 83 rated. He was 82 last season, so he, again, is doing really, really well. Armada, I mean, he's holding his own, 73 rated, which is always good. He was on a loan, so I think he might have gone up 1 rating. Thuram here, I am actually going to stick him on a development plan as well, because he didn't go up 1 since last season. So I am going to put him as a box-to-box, and I do believe he'll be an absolute stud in that position. So Kobe Mainu as well, 82 rated. He's just, it seems to me like he's just growing a little bit too slow. So I'm also going to stick him on a different development plan rather than a box-to-box. And hopefully that will improve him. Now, I've been looking at some transfers to go moving forward to help me make a march towards European football this season. And one player in particular here, Dragovic, I think his name is. I think that's how you say it. I am pretty sure he is Luka Modric. He's regen. So I am actually going to go straight in with an offer for this absolute stud. And hopefully I can get this deal across the line. There we go. The deal for Dragovic is now officially done. I did originally go in with 27 million. And they wanted Kobe Mainu, which just wasn't going to happen. So I had to wait another week. I did then go back in just now, as you can see, with just under 35 million with a 5% sell-on clause, and I've got no problem doing that because he's going to be going straight into the starting 11. The kid's going to be an absolute stud, and I don't necessarily know how I'm going to fit him in. Whether or not he does go into the starting 11, I don't actually know, because stats-wise, he's just not there yet, but the kid is going to be an absolute stud. Here we go. I've got this absolute stud from Arsenal, which I can't lie, I do think it's actually a bit of a steal at 42 million, well, just over 42 million pounds. Jansen is his name. He's obviously a regen of someone, but looking at his stats rating, I think he's going to be an absolutely huge player. I'm going to look at the starting 11 now because I've got around 15 million pounds, so I can't do any more in the transfer window. So I'm going to look at the starting 11, see where he fits, see where the remainder of the team is, and see if we can just get cracking on with season 4. Now, here we go. Not too much has actually changed, if I'm being honest. Garnacho's actually now gone up to an 89 rated, which is genuinely incredible that soon in this season, I'm hoping I'm going to have a 90 rated player. As you can see, we've got our stud Dragovic here. Jensen's there as well, who is going to be effectively taking over the backup position for now, as of Al Rawi, I believe his name is. So, yeah, we've got plenty of backup in more or less every single position, which is incredible. What we are going to do is we're going to get straight in with Season 4, go straight to January the 1st, and see exactly where we are in Season 4. So here we are, January the 1st. We are still in the Europa League, which is obviously amazing. let's see how we're doing in the Premier League. Currently, we are sitting 5th, which is not too bad. I mean, it is actually extremely tight. We're 4 points off top, which is actually really good. Newcastle are clearly doing incredible. Manchester United, standard all the way down there. So let's have a look, see how we're doing in the Europa League. And here we go. We're actually 2nd in the Europa League, which is genuinely incredible. So, yeah, I think at this point, we're just going to go straight through to the end of the season and see how we have done. Maybe we can win the Europa, possibly. I mean, look, Premier League's probably off the table, but hopefully we can win some silverware this year. And here we are at the end of the season, and finally we have done absolutely incredible in the Premier League. We are 2nd with 1 game to play, of course. So worst case scenario, we will finish 3rd, right? That is absolutely amazing because I'm getting Champions League next season. So let's have a look in the Europa League and see exactly how we've done, because I didn't manage to check the calendar as the progression had ended. So let's go and see if we actually won the Europa League. And we've won the Europa League, boys. There we go. A 2nd or 3rd place finish in the Premier League in Season 4. And we've also won the Europa League, which is absolutely massive. And by the way, smashed them 4-1. This wasn't no 1, 2-1, or even an own goal. Listen, it could have been 4 own goals. I don't care. They got absolutely smashed to pieces. So this has been an absolutely incredible season. So let's just go straight to the squad and see exactly how the boys are looking, because genuinely, this has been amazing, right? I'm going to replace Dean Henderson. I've got no problem with that. 31 years old. No more growth in him. Let's just go and have a look at the squad and see exactly how they have been progressing. Tell, 85 rated. He's doing absolutely amazing. Xerxes, 86 rated again. He's doing incredible. We now have an 88 rated. Trincao doing amazing. Wow, Garnacho has absolutely skyrocketed this season. At the start of the season, he started off as an 88 rated. Then I see him clinch the 89 rated. Now he's gone up to a 93 rated player. Genuinely has been an incredible season. But I digest. Let's carry on. João Felix, absolutely amazing. Our super sub Gomez, again, he's doing amazing as well. I may have to consider sending Dragovic on a loan spell, as I'm pretty sure he's gone down 1, right? So I may put him on loan, which I'll be honest, I'm going to do now. Not much growth there from Fernandez or Armada, but Thuram, he's gone up 1, which I will take all day long. Kobe Mainu, still an 82. Look, he's only 23, so he's still got plenty of room for growth. I will have to look to change Munoz. Because at the start of the season he's 31, so he's going to be 32 very soon. Jansen, 84 rated, incredible. I knew this guy was going to be a stud. Euro 83, which is amazing. I am going to look to move on Al-Rawi, because there's just going to be no more room for growth at all. LaCroix is still 79 rated, may move him on as well. Gay doing incredible, you absolute weapon. And yeah, that's it. That is incredible. So we are looking absolutely amazing to go into Season 5 now. And hopefully we get a massive transfer budget increase. We are going to leave it there for part 2. And I am genuinely so excited for part 3. So, yeah. If you want to see part 3 as soon as possible, then 3 likes would be absolutely incredible. If you perhaps want it to be sort of longer episodes, I don't know if you want more seasons, then definitely let me know down in the below. And if you want to see any future teams, maybe you want to see like a Bayern Munich, or you want to see like a Bromley FC, I don't know. Whatever you want to see, whatever kind of challenges you want, career mode based, then please do let me know. But anyway, as I said, 3 likes for episode 3, and yeah, it's been an incredible season. So I will see you in episode 3. Take it easy.